This is Barbara Reiss reporting for Total East Brunswick. We're very fortunate to have with us today Jen Stetson, who is the advisor for East Brunswick Youth Council, as well as a program coordinator for the East Brunswick Recreation Department. Welcome, Jen.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. We're excited to talk about the East Brunswick Youth Council today. The teens do so many wonderful things, but just for those who are not familiar with the Youth Council, tell us a little bit about its mission.
The East Brunswick Youth Council is an organization that's here to serve all teenagers throughout East Brunswick. As long as they're a resident of East Brunswick, they can go to school elsewhere, and they're in grades 9th grade through 12th grade. They are welcome to participate. We provide them with drug prevention education. We provide them with opportunities to do community service. We provide them with social and recreational opportunities, and essentially try to teach them leadership and provide them some mentoring as well.
So this is a partnership between the township and the Youth Council?
Exactly. We work together. I work for Recreation, and we're very fortunate that we have the ability to use the facilities in East Brunswick, and then at the same time we have our separate advisory board that volunteers and helps to offer some guidance for these teens as well.
Now the teens are making their own decisions as well. I understand that they have an executive board?
Yes, there's a team of teenagers that have shown themselves to be particularly interested and outstanding volunteers that applied and were accepted onto the executive board, and they have the opportunity to come up with events that they choose, to make changes. We had one of the exec board members actually revise the entire newsletter for this upcoming fall. And they come up with their own trips, and we'd like to give them an opportunity to have a voice and make decisions, and this is a great way to do it.
So how does it work? If, for example, let's say I'm a teen and I'm interested in volunteering with a community service project, and there's the newsletter. How do I go about picking and choosing?
Okay. Our newsletter comes out 3 times a year. When the newsletter comes out, we post it on our website. It's also available other locations. We have it available at events, at our meetings, but anybody can go onto our website at any time, look at the newsletter, and then email our email, which is ebyouthcouncil@eastbrunswick.org, and basically put the name of the event they're interested in the subject line, and let us know they want to volunteer. And that's it.
So it's a pretty simple process. And there's also social opportunities for the teens as well?
Yeah, in fact, we're going to New York City the kids love this trip in December. We go every year. The kids get an opportunity to shop. They get an opportunity to all have usually a late lunch together, and then they go to the tree. We take pictures. They get to be with their peers. It's a great trip. We do other things such as highly anticipated movies. We get advance sale tickets so that these kids are guaranteed to be able to go as a group on the day that the movie comes out, whereas typically they're sold out. We also do things like tubing. We have a tubing trip that we're going to be running in February. We ran it last February. And then as the kids come up with other ideas, we might add in a boardwalk trip or, a trip to the UN, which doesn't sound like it's a social and rec trip, but the kids are telling me that they really want to go, so I think we'll be going this year. So things like that.
So not only do they have an opportunity to volunteer for community service projects, but it offers opportunity to socialize with their peers.
Exactly.
And and also I understand they have T-shirts too as well, the Youth Council?
Yeah, we have our own T-shirts. They basically model our color. Our color is, dark green, green and white. This year we actually made one change to the Youth Council, and that is that they're going to have, they're going to pay an extra $5, and we're going to include a safety T-shirt for each member. And the reason we're doing that is because we do things like we go on beach cleanups. We go to big events that have thousands of people there to volunteer, and it will be safer. It'll be easier to identify each child if they have a safety green shirt on. But they can always purchase, and we'll always have available our traditional youth council shirt as well.
We see them about town.
Yes.
Now, I know them because I'm involved with the PTA, and they're very kind and come to a lot of our PTA events and help support these events. For those that are not familiar, what are some of the other community service projects that they participate in?
Well, in addition to helping out at the schools, they have helped out with the armed forces, throwing parties for children of individuals that are, right now over in perhaps other countries. They're very devoted to animal welfare, so they help out at animal shelters, cat food drives, animal walkathons, things like that. They've helped out the MS Society. They've helped out with the Arthritis Foundation, Relay for Life, and I could probably go on for hours.
So it kind of gives them the opportunity to serve the community, which some people say, well, teens are not as involved as they used to be. They have some come up to you and said this is some experience that we wouldn't have had otherwise? Absolutely.
One of the greatest things for us is when someone comes forward and they tell us that they tried something that they were kind of hesitant to try, but they needed the community service, and there was a spot open, and they found something that they loved that they never expected to love. So we've heard that environmental events, sometimes kids are hesitant. They don't want to necessarily go outside and pick up garbage. But often these kids go and they participate in an environmental event, and then they end up loving it. Or we have one individual who was a member quite a while ago, and he started participating in a program we have called Best Buddies. And then after doing this for a few years, the individual decided he wanted to be a special ed teacher. So to me, that's a great success. So we can offer that type of opportunity and learning experience for these kids.
So they're kind of carrying it on to other parts of their lives.
Correct.
Well, that's an impressive hands-on lesson that it's valuable for everyone. So I understand we have some upcoming events that are important to the East Brunswick Youth Council. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Probably the three most important dates to remember are our three general meetings, which we have one in September, one in December, and one in May. Those dates are all on our website at all times, so if anybody has any questions about their specifics, they can refer to that website. We also do other things like tricky trays, other fundraisers, and trips throughout the year. And as well, open gyms on Wednesday nights. So those are pretty much the most important dates for you guys to remember.
So those three meetings are,
Yes.
are important for people to get the information that they need to participate.
Exactly. We provide them with all of the details about how to sign up, how to submit their hours, and how to, basically make sure that they are, all their paperwork is in order.
And there is a proper process for submitting the hours, so they can learn that at the meeting as well as reference the website?
Exactly. If they go to the website, the specifics are all on there, plus they're on the back of their timesheet.
So that's important so that they do get the credit for the community service hours they're doing.
Correct. Exactly. It's a shame to work so hard and not receive the credit because you haven't submitted your paperwork.
Absolutely. Well, they learn the importance of paperwork early on. Well, thank you so much, Jen, for being with us here today and talking to us about this wonderful group.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And hope you'll stay with us. We're about to speak to some wonderful teenagers who are part of the East Brunswick Youth Council and hear about their experiences. We're back, and now joining us are three representatives from the East Brunswick Youth Council. We have Katarina Wang, 12th grader, senior, and co-president of the East Brunswick Youth Council. Welcome. And we have Dennis Cherian, a junior, and the Best Buddies chairperson. Welcome. And we have Daisy Cherian, also a junior and Best Buddies chairperson. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Why is it that you enjoy being not only a member but a co-president of the Youth Council?
There are so many different reasons why I love volunteering through Youth Council. So Youth Council is undoubtedly one of the most rewarding experiences of my high school career, and it's been so rewarding because of how connected I have become to my community through participating in Youth Council. Youth Council gives power to all of its volunteers to make a difference in the community, and I really love that part about Youth Council because every single one of us can make a difference and help people out and really experience all parts of our community and like immerse ourselves in our community. And you just learn so much about East Brunswick from being in Youth Council, and that's been really, really cool. And of course, it's a great environment that fosters a lot of personal growth, and all of our volunteers learn responsibility, teamwork, and they just build a sense of appreciation for their community. So it's great.
It's an impressive group. Now, one example of these wonderful programs that you have is the Best Buddies program. Maybe, Dennis, you can give us a little overview of what that program entails.
Well, the Best Buddies program is one of the most rewarding things that teenagers from East Brunswick can get involved in. It is basically an organization that allows teenagers from the high school to pair up with special needs kids in the area and establish bonds of friendship that'll last a lifetime. We are the training wheels for these kids in these social situations. So by the time they graduate, by the time they're ready to go on to their adult lives, they're able to zoom on forward in social situations.
So Daisy, are there special activities that you do along with the buddies?
Yes, there's a lot of social activities that we do with them, such as coffee houses, where we invite local people who play instruments or sing, and we invite them to come and perform for us, and we listen to them sing, and it's a really great experience. It's like when we're forming relationships with them, I mean, at first it could be kind of nerve-wracking for both of us, but in the end, you formed such great bonds that could really last a lifetime, so it's such a great program.
Yeah, I started actually doing Best Buddies this year, and it was amazing. So I regret not starting doing those events sooner, but it's just so special because you get to form a really intimate relationship with your buddy, and it's really cool. You see them like in school and stuff, you get to like talk to them, and you can really see how they really like being part of Best Buddies, and at the events they're just so happy, and it's just a really, really positive environment.
Now, there's a wide range of opportunities for teenagers to participate in the Youth Council, a lot of community service projects. Give me an idea of some of the ones that you particularly enjoy.
Okay, so Youth Council does so many different things. That's what makes us so unique because we have such a diverse array of opportunities. So we do everything from cleaning the environment to helping elementary schools or organize like fundraisers or parties for the kids. And also we do fundraisers not only for Youth Council but also for other organizations such as MC Foods. So we help MC Foods raise food for families in need in Middlesex County. And also we also actually help out at the Ronald McDonald House in New Brunswick. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a home for families who have children staying in the hospital nearby. And it's just really great. We get to visit during the holidays and then decorate, and sometimes we get to see the kids, and like it's cool how we can see how happy they are when they see our decorations, and it's really cool.
Very heartwarming.
Mm-hmm.
Very heartwarming. And tell us, I know that you're involved in the Buddies program. Are there some other activities that you enjoy participating in?
Oh yeah, we do a wide range of activities. For example, we have open gyms in which high schoolers pair up with buddies and play basketball, volleyball, things like that. We also have coffee houses in which we invite young musicians from the high school who play instruments to come and provide music for us while we interact, talk, eat food, and overall it's just a really warm atmosphere, and it's a really great experience.
Daisy, have you met a lot of friends through the Youth Council?
Yes, of course. As I go to more events, and as I started talking to them more and forming better bonds with them, now I know them all so well, and they're all really, really kind and nice. And yeah, I remember once we had an event at Crystal Springs where I was paired up with a buddy, and at first he was kind of scared of going into the water, but then I encouraged him and supported him, and it was really nice because he overcame some of his fear like that. So that was such a defining moment for me. It really made me understand what a positive impact we could have on buddies and just through Youth Council. Yeah,
actually it's getting involved with the buddies is kind of like if you have a mirror in your wall that you're always looking at. Best Buddies can take that mirror away and replace it with a window. You actually see where other people are getting involved and what their troubles are, what kind of things they like to do. You see who's the good dancer, who likes to paint, who likes to sing. It's really, really a great experience.
So the focus is not so much, because teens sometimes get a bad rep and that they're only thinking of themselves. Here you're thinking of others, and that's probably extending to other areas of your life as well.
Yeah, because every single event that a teenager does, whether it be school, going to a restaurant, going to summer camp, it's all based around you. You are always getting served by others, so it's a good change of pace to actually know what it's like to help other people.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's a one particular event, a PB&J event. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so the Sophie Chang PB&J Relay. So we started doing that 2 to 3 years ago, and basically the idea of the event is for all of our volunteers to gather in one place and then make meals that we will later donate to a food kitchen. And the meals that we make have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, some kind of like side dish, like maybe apples, and then a water bottle or like a fruit cup. And we just pack that all together and then we give that to the food kitchen. And it definitely benefits a lot of people because we end up making a lot of meals.
It must make quite a bunch.
Yeah, and it's a relay because we kind of get into teams and then try to race to make as many as we can. So it's fun for everyone.
And then you also have a lot of social events. We've kind of touched on that. You meet people, but what are some of the social events that Youth Council volunteers can participate in?
Okay, so as Jen mentioned earlier, we always go to New York City during the winter holidays, and everyone always loves that because we get to go sightseeing, like shopping, we get to eat at restaurants, and also we go see movies, and I think Jen mentioned this also, and that's really cool for volunteers because they get tickets at a discounted price and they get to see a highly anticipated movie. As we mentioned before, we have open gym every Wednesday, and that's a great place to blow off steam for like teenagers. We can like play basketball, play volleyball, whatever, and yeah, so everyone loves that.
Sounds like you have a lot of opportunities to meet the other members of the council. And also now you have a decision-making power as a board. What kind of things do you decide? I understand the newsletter is an area that you worked on?
So the board consists of around 20 different people, and we all specialize in one area of youth council, like Best Buddies, for example, or community service or the environment. And we just all try to think of ideas for events or activities or fundraisers that we can implement that season, and then we just come together and discuss it, and we try to make it happen. And it's a great board because we all work together so well, and there's a lot of teamwork involved. And yeah, so in terms of events, the way that events work is that usually there are some events that we always do, like for example, like helping out at elementary schools or doing cleanups in the environment, and then sometimes when the chairs think of new ideas, then we can add those on.
So there's an opportunity to really get a sampling, like you said, of many different kind of community service projects.
Definitely.
So let's say I'm a shy person, I'm say in 9th grade or 10th grade, and I really haven't been reaching out as much as I'd like, and I was thinking of joining the Youth Council. Tell us maybe, Daisy, why they should join the Youth Council.
I would say join just because it's in the end it's so worth it. Like I know high school life could be really difficult, like when you're trying to juggle school and work and so many other things, but being involved in the community and like giving back after a community has taught you so much and given you so much, it's a really great experience to be able to give back and show your appreciation in that way. And I would really say it's worth it in the end, and just try to find some time to go to some youth council events.
What would you say? How would you convince the prospective council member?
Yeah, I would say 100% go for it. Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of because it's such a welcoming environment for everyone. It's so inclusive, and you end up making so many different friends either from volunteering alongside them or maybe going to social and rec events with them. And I don't think anyone would ever regret joining youth council because of the on so many different levels it helps you. It gives you the power to make a difference in your community. It teaches you about yourself. It helps you grow as a person. And of course you can make new friends, so many new friends, and meet a bunch of people in our community. So it's Yeah.
And all your life, you've been hearing teenagers don't get as involved as they used to. The truth is, teenagers aren't as involved as they can be. Everything that happened in the past can be changed in the future. We can improve the services that we've received ourselves. We can improve, we can change things. And that's what the Youth Council is all about. It teaches you that you can make a difference.
Which is a powerful message in itself. Now, I also understand that you help animals as well, not just human beings, but you also help animals. So there's the Youth Advocating for Animals section of the Youth Council. Maybe, Dennis, you could tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we have the Youth Advocating for Animals, that's correct. What we do is we visit shelters, we help out, take care of these animals that a lot of people don't actually even turn a thought towards. And who else is going to do it if the teenagers don't do it? So it's really important, and I think that it's a service that helps not only the animals themselves, but also helps the teenagers. It helps them become more caring, more compassionate to all living things.
And I see you also do fundraisers for the different shelters. How does that work? Daisy, maybe you could fill us in on that.
Well, I know that we've MC Food Drive and like a bunch of other things where we try to get different canned food and stuff like that for different organizations. Also, well, we do fundraisers for Youth Council itself. Like we're hosting a Tricky Tray where we're asking like businesses to donate. We're having a fundraiser like that. So we have a bunch of different events.
So, and you must work with animal shelters as well and help them with the things that they need?
Yeah, so volunteers help out with a bunch of different kinds of events for those animal shelters. Like sometimes there's a cat adoption that we always help out with. So volunteers just help run that. And also because the cats are just so cute, some of them end up going home with a cat that they adopt because they just can't resist, right? And we also help out with some fundraisers that some animal shelters have. There's one for a cat food drive that we usually do. We just stand outside like a local supermarket and we collect canned food from people who are willing to donate.
So, and then also you're involved in some walks too, like some larger activities, Fine Arts Festival, the Relay for Life. So give me some examples of those larger activities that you participate in.
Okay, sure. So the Fine Arts Festival is something that happens every year around like early June, and volunteers just help the artists set up their stations and help clean up and just make sure the whole thing runs smoothly. So it's a really fun experience because you get to see all the different booths, and that's really cool. And then also for okay, so this
Relay
for Life. Okay, so that also takes place around June, and volunteers just help set up all the signs so everyone knows where to go, and like help set up the ticket booths. And I actually did that this summer, and it was really great because we got to see a lot of the people come there and actually start walking, and it was just really powerful just being part of that. And yeah, so we do a lot of different things, and it's really great.
I think you do for the diabetes walk as well, the juvenile
yeah.
diabetes walk. So these are really important events that make a difference in a lot of people's lives, and you're helping make sure that they run smoothly. So that's definitely important. And is there one event that you guys just stuck in your mind? You had mentioned the Ronald McDonald House. Perhaps there was one for you, Dennis, that kind of stuck with you through the years?
Yeah, there's a lot of fond memories that I've had with Youth Council. Probably one of my favorite activities that we did would be when one year we took the buddies to Broadway. A lot of special needs kids and high schoolers all packed onto a bus, and we rode up there, and it was something that a lot of us never had any experience with before. But the real fun wasn't just watching the play, it was interacting before the play, eating some food, talking, gossiping about this actor, that actor in the play, and what's going to happen. And then afterward, we were all delivering our reviews, giving it stars. It was just a lot of fun.
You made it a special day for them.
Yeah.
And Daisy, is there one that you remember fondly?
Well, just a youth council event in general. I remember once, I think it was at Hammersholt, I helped host a dance there, like not host a dance, but I helped kind of like keep check on the kids and stuff. And it was really fun because, I mean, I remember when I was little, I used to take part in events like that, but now I was kind of on the side, just like watching them and making sure. So it was like a new perspective, and I really enjoyed gaining that new experience.
And the youth council is very involved, like I mentioned with Jen, in the public schools and the elementary schools and in all the schools, making these events run smoothly. We really do thank you for that, because without your help, a lot of these events would not happen. So you do provide a very valuable service, and I'm thrilled that we have the opportunity to share with the people what really the Youth Council does for East Brunswick. And we thank you for all that you do.
Thank you so much.
welcome. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here today, and we wish you much continued success in your important work, and congratulations to you as a senior.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best, and I'm sure that we'll be hearing more great things, many more great things from you. This is Barbara Reiss reporting for Total East Brunswick. Thank you for joining us, and remember to support the East Brunswick Youth Council.